Okay. Well done. Okay. Well done. How are you guys all doing? What's going on? I'm back. I was in Buckinghamshire at an old house that was converted into something very, very British. It was converted into a it was bought by Americans and converted into a medical bought by Americans conference center. It's called not Stoke House. It's not called Stoke Court. It could be called Stoke Court. Stoke Court. Stoke Court. I've got zero viewers here. Let's see. Refresh. I've got zero viewers here. Let's see. Refresh. Are you there? Is everybody there? Can you tell me that you're in? Are you in? Can you tell me that you're in? Columbus, we need Columbus's help. He's not helping. Columbus, we need Columbus's help. He's not helping. Columbus, we need Columbus. Armitage. Uh-oh. There's an echo out there. What is there an echo? 20. There's an echo out there. What is there an echo? 20. What's the echo out there? The one on echo. 20. What's the echo out there? I know you've done everything. You've done everything. I've paused it. Okay. I've paused it. Is it better now? Is it echoing now? Maltese, is there an echo now? Hey, Rory. Hey, MC. How are you? Where are you from, MC? Where are you guys from? Much better. Okay, Lumano. I've got a lot of people here. Oh my God, 35 people. Thank you for coming in. This is the 8 o'clock show. The reason we're at 8 o'clock is because I was away. I actually had lines in a movie working with a very famous actor. I don't know if I can say because these things are so secret. But I was with a very famous. Would you say that guy is famous, Columbus, who I was with?
I don't know who you were with.
I can't say. I'll write it down. I'm writing down so my son can see. So I was in a movie, but it was all the way. It was right there near. It was near Slough, which is a bit dumpy. I don't want to say bad things about Slough, but it's in the countryside. It was nice in the countryside. But there's this old building, which I hope they don't tear it down. I hope they don't sell it off for housing, to give housing to strange people. James J., you preferred the echo. Okay, Robert Gambrill, where are you from, Robert Gambrill? He's basically new. Cab, where's Cab from? Hey there. Thanks for coming in. We now have 41 viewers. Kinsey is there and Dee Dee Pleckton. He was here yesterday, or she was there yesterday. So what happened is I had to go all the way out there. I had a line, and I thought I was saying the line exactly the right way, which for me is the only way. I'm not an actor. And I had two lines. And they said, can you be a little bit more excitable or something? And then they gave up telling me what to do. I just had a feeling. Cab is in Southeast London. Where? That's where Lewis Schaffer is in Southeast London. I wasn't in Pinewood. It was near Pinewood, Rosalie Muir. Thank you for saying that. Can you tell us the director? His name was, I'm not going to say. His name was Alex. He was quite good. He reminded me of somebody famous. But then I Googled him, and he wasn't somebody famous, but he could have been somebody famous. He looked like somebody famous. Marianne McCarran Fitzpatrick. She's from Peekskill. So a round of applause for Peekskill in the beautiful Hudson Valley, Galactus. They ask you to be a little bit more excitable, and they didn't even provide you with no drugs. I didn't know how to do it. I was playing basically a cop. And I'm not a cop. I'm the criminal. I'm not a cop. So I just had to say, you're under arrest. Does this light need to be on? Let me see if the light needs to be on. I'm not going to put the light on. Should I? Who's in Felixstowe? I've been to Felixstowe many times. Have I been to Felixstowe? Yeah. Have I been to Felixstowe? Yeah, I probably have. In a previous life. Mary's Prayer. I'd play that song. I was crying today listening to it. I'm crying every single day. What does it mean why I'm crying? Every single day. But I'm 50 people. I'm so happy you're listening to me. I mean, I liked 5 o'clock as a time, and maybe this time is a better time. We'll see how many people listen. We already had 500 people listening from yesterday. That's a lot of people listening. Let me see what I can do here. Maybe that goes there, like that. Maybe it goes here. I'll go here, but then you can't see this at Lewis Schaffer thing. Maybe I've got to go this way. But it was I was in this. Maybe it'll be all right. I don't know. Maybe it'll be all right. I'm not an actor. Maybe it'll be right. 55. That's a lot of people. Joey, as a Londoner, I love New York. Londoners really like New York, and New Yorkers like Londoners. London, they like London. I mean, I've been here too long. This time might be a better time after tea time. 57 so far, Andrew Graham. Well, maybe we'll see. Maybe we're not going to have any one set time. The fact is, this is 14 days in a row. I've never done anything like this every single day plugging in because it's so much fun. Is this fun to talk to you? I'm not quite sure. It's fun. It is fun. It is fun. It's fun. It's fun that you're listening, and I'd like to make it better for you guys. And we're going to move into the. We've already added a thing on the screen to show what you are saying. We've added a background thing. Do we have a background thing? A window capture? I don't think so. No. Maybe if I put this back here. Hold on a second. If I put this back here, if we can do that. Anyway, the first few minutes of this show is always bad. Sorry. I mean, the first couple minutes. I don't know if it's bad. It's bad. Principled uncertainty. You're new. Are you new? Principled. Have you changed your thing? Is principled uncertainty a girl? Is it a girl? You a girl? Principled uncertainty. I like girls. I've decided I like girls. I was close the curtain. Don't have the light behind you. Yeah. Well, I did. The curtain is pretty close, but there's only one level of whatchamacallit here. How is that? Is that a bit better? I can't close the curtain. I've got those two things there. James J, I think we will all miss you from GB News. Well, thank you. I miss GB News. I was right there today. I was in Paddington. I had to take a train from Paddington. Well, not from Paddington. I had to go through Paddington. I had to take it through Paddington because they kicked me off of the train. I wasn't paying attention. The train ended in Paddington. Okay, that's what you said. Where are you from, Principled Uncertainty? Are you a male or a female? I look like a female in the picture. Let's see if we can see what the picture looks like. No. And Paul Morris, good to see you back there, Paul. Paul is always late. He's always late. MC from the East Midlands, but live abroad now. Yeah. You know, people have gotten, they moved. British people have moved. They moved. We're being replaced. Can you tell us the director, Lewis? Mark, I think his name was, I don't want to say, because they're always writing you notes saying if you let anybody know any information, we're going to punish you. Not these people. They're just really, really nice, these people. It was a really nice location. Damn, Lewis is off GBTV. I'm Irish and I claim to be male. Yeah, claim it. Claim to be male. I look at myself and I think the problem with me is, I'll tell you what the problem with living when you get older for guys is like nobody's interested. Welcome to the Lewis Show. Please state sex, location, height, weight upon entry. Yeah. Tell us what's going on. Who? I can't read that. I maybe have to change this thing. This thing is too small. Maybe I'll make this a bit larger. How about that? No. I can't make it any larger than it is at the present time. My son is not helping me. He's not helping me. He helped me a little. He just wants to go up by himself. Hello, Joe Sanders. Hello, Galactus. We're going to talk. What are we going to talk about today? I actually remember that book I mentioned yesterday, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. But I saw a young woman, reasonably young, reading that book that I had in my hand. Where's the book? This book that I had. She was reading it. And I could see across the way without glasses. I'm not wearing glasses. Good evening. Hey, Leanne. Good evening, Mr. Schaffer. Maybe that's the way we should talk to Lewis Schaffer, with a little respect. Mr. Schaffer. I like that quite a lot. Okay, let's talk to Mr. Lewis Schaffer. And Dee Dee, it's good to see you. And she was reading, and I'm thinking it's the exact same book, and maybe they're doing a push on the book. I mean, I wouldn't buy this edition of the book because it's over designed, and it's really hard to see. You can't really read it, but I would read it. I think it's important for us to read to become nice to everybody. That's what I think. So that was surprised. James S. You're 49 years old. You're 6'1" tall. You're 155 pounds, and I'm the only viewer here who's not fat. Yes, everybody here is fat except for James S. James S. is not a make, he's a male. Yeah, you're not, well, based on that number, 155, I don't think is fat, unless you're a marathon runner, and then you're a little bit overweight if you're a marathon runner. And that's what we're doing on this show. That's the most important thing is every single day, we've got 54 viewers, every single day, you write in how much you weigh, you write in how tall you are, whether you're male or female. Okay. Principled uncertainty is appallingly thin. That sounds like a man. Only a man would say something that horrible. Are you a man? Principled uncertainty. That's that's what's going on in Iran right now. Is principled uncertainty. We don't know whether it's going to happen. Are you you're a half marathon runner? Yeah, but you could lose a couple of pounds if you want to be a professional, but that's really low. 155 at 6'1". They say with marathon runners you have to be 2, or maybe it's bicyclists, you've got to be 2 pounds per inch of height. So if you're 6 feet is 6'1" is 61. Hi there, Columbus is here.
Stop talking to me.
Well, people want to know about you. Do you think they're interested in me? Laughing Saturn is back. Hey, Lewis. Sorry I'm late. No, I'm sorry I'm late. 8 o'clock is super late. I didn't know if I could get home in time. We have a 5 o'clock radio show, which we tape record. Hey, Leanne says hello. Mr. Croxton. Hey, how are you? Whoa, how are you? How are you? We have a radio show, and I think to myself, well, why can't I broadcast what we're doing now, whatever this is, talk to you people while I'm doing my radio show? But I don't think that's fair to Resonance FM. Yeah, James S. is going to try for 745 pounds. Yeah, you're 49, you're young. Half marathons is a lot. Yeah, Judel says it's not good enough. 155 is not good enough. She's also slender. Okay, let's all be slender. There's nothing, I'm working on it, and because I go to these on the shoots, there's always food there. I had 2 hamburgers. I had a bun. I had a lot of fruit, melons. I get the melons, and then I had a soda. I had a soda on the way home, which had about 150 calories of sugar. So I'm a lying bad boy about my food. But yet I'm trying to lecture all of you people. That's wrong. Is it wrong? Is there any way we can make this bigger? I can't read this, Columbus. Melons.
I like YouTube. Just
on the screen. On the screen, I can't read it.
What are you talking about?
You know the thing that's going on the screen.
Yeah, well, don't read it off there. Read it off the chat itself.
Yeah, but even the chat I wish was a bit bigger. Did we try?
You can pop it out and make it bigger.
I can pop it out.
Click show chat and the three dots at the top. You can click that and click pop out chat.
Okay, my son is helping me. A round of applause for my son.
And then you can control and scroll upwards.
Reactions, timestamps, participants, timestamps. I don't think it's there. It's not there. Send feedback, reactions. Could it be reactions, timestamps?
Pop out chat.
No.
Yeah.
It isn't. The 3 dots where it says top chat, and there's no. Where does it say pop out chat?
At the top.
Oh, I see. Viewers hidden. No. It's not getting
Where are
any.
you doing it? On YouTube?
I'm doing it on the other one.
No, do it. I said do it on YouTube.
Okay, well we'll do that later. We'll do that later. Luan, Worthing is near me. I am in Hove. Well, I love Hove, and I love Worthing. I had a fantastic weekend city, whatever they call that, in Worthing. You know, staying in I don't remember the hotel. We always stay at a cheap hotel, and not that there are any cheap hotels in Britain now because the whole country's been taken over. Columbus Schaffer, I'm starting to actually get annoyed teaching basic IT. This is not IT. Is this IT, Columbus? Oh, is tilting? What does that mean, tilting?
Annoying.
Annoying. Okay, we're learning the language. We need a Columbus calendar. He should do more for his father. Children should do more. This is enough. It's enough. If only you just acted a little bit less grumpy about the whole thing.
It's been many, many days now where I've told you the exact same things you need to do, and then you keep on forgetting over and over again.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I can be annoyed.
Mr. Croxton says, I have a queer friend who lives by Holland Road. How you, Garrett? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. We're up to 61 viewers. This is unbelievably great. It's so good. I'm really surprised we have this many people. It might be better on a school night because not that you people actually work. Do you work? I don't think you do. My impression is you don't work. You don't work, but yes, you're here. What about a collection for Monkey Mask? What does Monkey Mask mean? For Columbus, so he can help. What does that mean? For Monkey Mask. Do you know what that is, Columbus? Okay. I understood the pop-out chat, Columbus. So, Andrew, explain it to me. Ian Johnson is here. Hey, Ian. Is Mr. Paul Cox booking you anytime soon? No, he's not. And I should book him first, maybe. Jonathan Pettit. I've been working very hard today. Good to see you again. Charlie Alex. Sorry, can't hang around. Watching Dover 24/7 on Channel 5. What does that mean? What is Dover 24/7? I was a custom officer in Dover 50 years ago. So enjoying, reminiscing. Is that a TV program? Charlie Alec. Lewis is made for the internet. TV couldn't contain him. Yeah, case could be made. Like I'm in this movie, I'm trying to be contained, and it's a bit irritating. Columbus Schaffer, he writes down them and can't read his own handwriting. At least I've got handwriting, Columbus. I never see you write a single thing down. Okay. D.D. Plectum Lewis, how can I hear your radio show? You can go to resonancefm.com. Not residence, resonance, like it's the sky vibrating.com. Or go to Mixcloud and Google Lewis Schaffer or Google Resonance FM. And I'm there. I've been on the show for 16 years. You can hear lots of my programs. They're even less content oriented than these things that I'm doing. Okay, what am I doing? Thank you, Columbus, for interjecting. Jonathan Pettit, where are you from? He's been working hard today. Columbus's calendar could have a picture of each of the discoveries Christopher Columbus found on each of the months. What do you think about that?
Everyone who makes a Christopher Columbus joke thinks that it's like very funny, but I hear them like twice a day, you know?
Columbus, he says he hears them twice a day. Twice a day. Whose idea was it to name you Columbus? Columbus.
I assume you.
Me. It was me. But your mother agreed with me. So, and then she came up with the name for your brother. Okay. Kent, but work in London. Where in Kent? What's the name of the place in Kent, since we're very close? A Dracula mask for Columbus. Asking for Lucy when you were playing this cop. Did you have handcuffs? I don't know what that means. What does that mean, Columbus?
It's a sex joke, you see. Handcuffs.
Handcuffs. Yeah. I'm quite fond of Lucy. I'm quite fond of Joodles, too. I'm Maidstone. Oh, you're in Maidstone. I've done many gigs in Maidstone at the Banana Tree or Walnut Tree or Lemon Tree or whatever it's called there. He had the baton. I don't know. I'm not reading. Am I reading this properly? Because I'm reading from the bottom and working their way up, which isn't the right way to go.
You need to make sure like you don't miss like comments. You know.
I need to make sure I don't miss comments, says Columbus. I agree with you. I want to make sure.
the new ones are starting at the bottom.
Slumbert says you need a niqab, Columbus. A postbox. You need a niqab.
Red niqab.
I knew Resonance, Paul says, when it was just a magazine. We used to sell it Recommended Records, Wandsworth. Ed Baxter was the editor, yeah. He was the editor, and then he ran the thing. Oh, I didn't realize it started as a magazine. Ed Baxter was my boss and the guy who hired me. He was like Andrew. He's a great guy. Don't tell him I said that. I don't think he'd be happy to hear that. But he was a great guy. He's a great guy that'll keep me on the air. It's good because we got Paul, Chinese Elvis, doing it with me. And I think we all need to broadcast what we broadcast. What Denies Music said, if I pretend to be female, will I get more attention? You want to know something? Yes, you'll get more attention from me if you pretend to be female. I don't know if these girls are female. I don't know what they look like. They send me pictures. They might not look like that. And even, I want to love. That's what we discussed yesterday when I was crying and I was thinking about Lynn Ruth Miller. But we need to be loving. And I would like to be more loving. Women need a lot of love, as we men do. I got a call today from a friend of mine who's a Palestinian, and he's quite an aggressive Palestinian. And his father was a Palestinian, his mother's, I'm not going to say what his ethnic background is. But he needs love. Hey, Leanne, your voice. It's epic. Could listen to it all day. But what about the night, Leanne? Can you listen to it at the night? Did you send me a picture? Send Lewis Schaffer a picture. That doesn't mean I'm not interested in you, Lucy. Lucy's not here tonight, or Joodles. But I like getting pictures from everybody. Don't say, oh, I'm too old to send Lewis Schaffer a picture. You're not too old. You're not too old. I've cried over Lynn Ruth Miller. I was in love. I was literally in love with Lynn Ruth Miller. And then she didn't express any interest. I saw an interview with Bill Burr when he name dropped you. Can you tell us more? Yeah, I was the main guy at the Boston Comedy Club, which was in New York, so it's not in Boston. And he worked there. He was in his early days of comedy. And I didn't think that much of him, and now I do. I could see now I do. He's a really good guy. He's a good guy. And you know what? Even the people I didn't think were good guys at the time, I think are good guys now. I think most people are good guys. Even my friend, who's a Palestinian, and he's like gloating over, what happened in Israel on October 7th. He's a really good guy. And I'm a horrible person, you could say, because of my political beliefs. Did I meet Jerry Seinfeld? I never met him. I saw him in the street, right outside the Boston Comedy Club. He was driving one of his cars. No, I never. I saw him perform. I never met him. I've never said not. Chinese Elvis sounds superb. He is a great guy. But I wasn't nice about him. You should always be nice to people because you never know if you're gonna meet him. And then it's too late. Just let's be nice to every. Boy, do I sound boring? Is this boring, Columbus, when I talk like this?
Try focus on single topics because it is a bit all over the place sometimes,
It is all over the place.
You need to focus.
I need to focus. Like how would we focus, Columbus?
I don't know. I talk to chat about something and ask them, and then stick on something more than 10 seconds. Maybe.
Columbus says I need to stick on something for more than 10 seconds. I need to focus on things. I'm all over the place. Yeah, maybe. Or what I got? Sit here and yeah. I think you're right. Handcuffs added to Lewis Schaffer's Amazon wish list. That's funny. That's very funny. Who said that? That's principled uncertainty. 5 minutes after this ends. I'm not into being tied up. Because I'm afraid of women, basically. So I did the movie today, and I should do more movies because I should do more because I enjoy it. I enjoy getting out of the house. It's the easiest work to do. Leanne is thinking about Defo in the night. Thank you, Leanne. Where do you live, Leanne, again? Tell me where you live. So it's nice. And I'm sitting there watching this very famous person. He's not unbelievably famous. He was in 2 incredibly famous TV series, and he's a movie. He's a proper English actor. He's 55 years old. Anyway, the studio, which is this old kind of old house, old castle, old mansion that caught fire and was converted, and it just looks like it hasn't been fixed in about 45 years. Who knows what they're going to do with it? Here's, it's when you think about making movies, you think, oh, the luxury of making a movie. They're in dumps. All the studios are in dumps. They're dark on the inside. There's rubbish lying around. There's all sorts of tools and wires and lights. It's not a pleasant, and we're doing this scene over and over and over again where I'm saying the same things. I think I'm saying them right, but you got to do it again. I think I must have done it about 14 times. Hang in there, Columbus. It's only a myth that you can die from the cringe. So don't worry, you're not going to die from the cringe. This is what Joodles. Do you think you could die from the cringe, Columbus?
No, just
He's cringing now that I'm asking him this question, so I'm not going to ask him this question. Okay, so let's get back to the list. So that's my film today. I've done quite a few films. So if you ever see me in a film, it's good to be told, hey, I saw you in a film. After the attack on Iranian TV, I recommend Seinfeld DVDs in Iran. You recommended. Why would you recommend Seinfeld DVDs? Okay. You're near Birmingham, Leanne. What is it? What is the town you're from? Near Birmingham. What is the town? Because I really like Birmingham. I mean, it's not one of my favorite towns. It's a city. It's actually a city. There are only a few cities in Britain that when a New Yorker like me goes there, you could say, okay, this may be not as big as New York, but it's definitely a city. New York is a city. Manchester isn't quite as good as Birmingham, but it's a city and it's just as big. Leeds is a city. Okay. Lose. Can you freestyle better than Biggie? No. Biggie Small. Who's Biggie? I was in a movie, took all day to film a 3-minute scene. Yeah, well, that's how they make films. If they film a minute a day, it's 100. Yeah, maybe not a minute. 2 minutes a day. That's how it works. Filming is really boring and really hard, and really hard. And that's why they have to be so nice to each other when you're filming. There's never a fight going on. Never anybody demanding anything. Stafford. Stafford isn't near Stoke. Isn't Stoke near Stafford? I performed near Stafford. Maybe if they got a Seinfeld box set, Iran would chill out a little bit. Yeah. The problem with Iran, the little bit that I know about, it's a great country. It's got an amazing 4,000, 3,000 year history. A great country. And they haven't done much lately. And I hope Britain doesn't turn into that. It's kind of like Spain. You got to fight to be up on things. That's why I think the problem. Okay, you, Jarrett, did you know what role you were going to have before you got there? Yes, I did. I did know that. And then as I'm doing it, I'm thinking to myself, I'm not suited for doing this. I was the oldest guy there. There were 5 other guys who were my co-police officers. But they were all young, so it would have seemed a bit weird, me speaking the lines. It's in between Birmingham and Stoke. Stafford. Yes, that would land near Telford or places like that. That's where that is. It's nice, that area over there. Lewis for 007. Yeah, I worked with Idris Elba in a scene. And where did I work with him? In Piccadilly Circus with Idris Elba. Why can't the Persians and the Jews bond over their hatred of the Arabs? I have a plan. Well, do you know something? Once the Jews were friends of the Arabs. The Iranians converted to Islam, right? They weren't always Islamic. And I think so once you convert, you can't hate your own people. Hold on a second. Columbus, could you give Ted the box? Oh, no, he's doing that now. That's the voice in the background, is my neighbor. I've got a really good neighbor, Ted. And he, I don't want him. I want him to stay here. What's your favorite comedy program? Situation comedy. I don't know. If you tell me something you saw and you tell me if you like it. Thank you, Columbus. Curb Your Enthusiasm. Both Larry David. Yeah, he was fantastic. They say I'm a bit like Larry David. I don't try to be like Larry David. Am I like Larry David? Hi, Ted. No, he's outside. He's not coming in. But thank you, Columbus helped him out. I was asking Columbus to do it, but he was already doing it. Right? That was really great of him. Is your IMDb profile up to date, Lewis? You can go look for IMDb. Lewis Schaffer at IMDb. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Kate Gwynn, I love Larry David. He is hilarious. But he's an old school. He's not like a new Israeli. That's what we are. We're not going to be called Jews anymore because we don't even need to be called Jews. We can be called Israelis. And that's my friend, my Palestinian. I'm not saying he's a terrorist. He's not. I don't think he's done any terrorist things. He might have thought about it. He was like saying, "Are you happy about the Jews? That the Jews control half the world?" And I said to him, "I'm happy, but the Jews don't control half the world. We control all the world." And the main thing, and this is something that I want British people to understand, is that when British people are told that they've caused all the problems in the world, okay, take that. First of all, it's totally not true. So much good stuff has been caused by British people. Some bad stuff, like every country, but so much more good has been caused by British people. You take that and you make something great about it, and that's what's happened with the Jews. The Jews said, "Oh, you think we're the most powerful country in the world? Okay, yeah, we'll do Iran." It's not going to work out for the best if you say this about people. Just bring Ted in. Yeah, Ted is a good guy. He is a very slender vegetarian, and he's nice to me. He sees me outside eating beef all the time. Beef. That's what I eat. I eat every day. I eat beef and eggs. Well, you see the pictures. If you follow me on Twitter, Lewis Schaffer on Twitter. Or X, or whatever you call it. There's my dad. There's my beautiful dad. My beautiful dad. I'm really sad. He's a good guy. He got fat. And there's my dad when he was thin right after the war with my beautiful mother. I mean, she was beautiful at the time. She got fat, too. Here's my father getting fat. 1960s, early 60s. Maybe it's the early 70s. Don't get fat. Don't get fat. Are the Jews behind Team World? Yeah, they are. The Jews are behind Team World. But they're also behind Let's Make Britain Strong. They're also behind Team America. Yes, they are. I look like my dad, yes. No one ever said that, because he had light color hair and he had blue eyes. And I have very Jewy brown eyes. Yeah, the Jews are behind everything, so you can't hate them for that. The Jews invented communism. That's the ultimate Team World. Engels and Marx were both Jews. We're not perfect, the Jews. I sent you a video last year on your ex, Lewis. It showed Andrew Doyle promising to wear your tie on FSN and then breaking that promise. Angry face. Yeah, well, I'll have to send it to me again. I mean, I haven't been keeping up. I have to collate all that stuff. I bought them. I have so many ties because every time I was on Headliners, I'd wear a new tie. I believe in ties occasionally. America, yeah. I love Team America. I love Laugh-O Laugh Durka. Who is Durka, Columbus? Durka? Have you heard that? No. Who is Durka? James.
I think it's from Team America.
Oh, Team America. I saw Team America 20 years ago. I rather Team America than Team World. Team World is not going to protect Britain. Persia rebranding to Iran was worse move than Marathon becoming Snickers. No, because Persia, yes, maybe, because they wanted to be like a global empire, because Iran is the area Persia is the language in one group of people that are living there. There are Azeris. There are tons of different people there. They're Christians and I don't know who what, but they're like Britain, and that's the problem when you've got too many different ethnic groups there. I could see Lewis being a more of a Blofeld character in James Bond. Um, do I have the evilness, Andrew Graham? What do you think? Do I have the Jonathan Pettit, Persia? I'm still waiting for Elam. Elam, who is Elam to come back? Yeah, I don't see myself as a bad guy. I could be a bad guy. Ever watched Larry Sanders Show? Yes, also another amazing program. I love that guy. I met him. I met him. He like spotted me, and he basically he says, "Oh, I see what your act is." Yeah, he did. Josh Howie got very upset with the term globalist, as I recall, because the left don't think of themselves as globalists. They don't think they're taking over the world. They think they're just being nice to everybody, basically. So the answer is they're not being nice. Or maybe they are being nice, you know. Basically, what globalism is a way to convince people to join your your empire. Basically, Jonathan Pettit, Elam, yes, a pre-Persian place in part of Iran, thousands of years ago, back when the Sumerians were still around. Yeah, there were lots of the Sumerians. There were lots of these languages. Tower of Babel. Those were all like Persians, you know. And you feel for any country that's lost the power. You know, America's going to lose the power. That's why I'm feeling a bit better today, because I see the Jews saying we're not, never again. You know, I don't know how long that's going to last, because there are lots of American Jews who are thinking, you know, we don't want to believe that. You don't want to lose your power. Principal Uncertainty says Lewis as Bond would solve all the political posturing over casting Lewis about to off the baddie, and then goes off on a riff about Gouda tea prices. Is that a type of tea? Yeah. I mean, I don't want to be the main guy. I'd like to be. I feel like I'm sitting in with you guys. I'm interviewing you guys. I know you're asking me questions and stuff like that. I don't feel like I'm that interested. I mean, I'm interested, but not that interesting. Paul Morris, who's my old friend, and also back when he had It's Gary Shandling Show, that song. That was very, very cool. Very cool. Sumerians were splitters. Did they split off? You know, it's a very we forget that there are enemies in the world, that every neighbor is a potential enemy, and every enemy is a potential friend, but they can kill us. And that's what's happening in this country. You know, they want to kill us, and sometimes you got to say, no, I'm not letting you kill us, and you can't move in. I'm sorry. Leanne says, evening, Ian, what's your most enjoyable job? Enjoyable, I would say, I hate to say it, being in the films is the easiest and enjoyable. I would say I try to get my son to do it. He doesn't want to do it. He wants a big fancy job because he's well educated and very bright and very well educated. But educated, and not just educated in terms of the school that he went to, but he actually reads history and knows what's going on. So I would say that. You answer a question to me, Leanne. What's your most enjoyable job? Why don't we do that now? Why don't you all tell me what's your most enjoyable job? How about that? Am I right? That's the way you do a show. What's favorite film? No, one question at a time, Leanne. Watching you is not a job. Is not a job. Crikey, says Joodles. Lovely, beautiful Joodles. Andrew Graham, though he does manage to still call some men she. Oh, who is that? Me? Or is that Andrew Doyle? Yeah, you know what? If you see a guy and he wants to be called a girl and he looks pretty good, or try to look good, would it kill you to call him a girl? No. It wouldn't kill you to call him a girl. But we shouldn't. It's like being gay. You know, is it bad to be gay? Not necessarily, but we don't want to promote it. We want people to get married, Leanne. An accountant, was that your most enjoyable job? I wasn't an accountant, but I was working for the Audit Bureau of Circulation, checking on magazine circulation. So Slumbert says 300 in Xerxes. Best job, radio presenter. Judel said, yeah, when you were in whatever. She said she was a radio presenter in Tenerife, which is a great place to go to. I really enjoyed being there. 30 years ago, doing conferences in the UK and abroad. Wild. That's what Joe Sanders says. Working in an ice cream parlor in Portugal. Yeah. Ice cream in Portugal. That sounds great because it's cool at least. That's good. I met him at the GB News studio and thought he was okay. Who is that? Andrew or me? It's a guilty pleasure, Leanne. Accountant. Accountant is a good job because my mother was an accountant. But she wasn't an accountant, she was a bookkeeper. But all the numbers have to line up. They all have to be like, everything has to be zero. It's very pleasurable. Okay, maybe a part in Doyle and Lennon's new. U.S. Comedy Show, yes, maybe there's a part for me in Graham Linehan's and Andrew Doyle's Comedy Show in America. I hope so. I don't think so. I think I made too much of a stink. I hope so. I like Andrew Doyle, and I even like Josh Howie, but not as my boss. Not as my boss, and not in charge of headliners. That's a horrible thing to say. Crying. All the numbers have to line up. Yeah, they got to line up. That's the definition. They all got to turn to zero or whatever it is. Andrew Graham says, I was saying to Judels about Josh. I met him at GB News on FSM with Paul Cox Crescent and Andrew Doyle. He's very nice, but he was totally horrible to me and horrible. You know what I mean? He took it a bit too. I want to say, I forgive him. Will he forgive me? Any pistachio ice, Mark? Who does not like pistachio ice cream? I like pistachio ice cream a lot. Okay, Galactus says, you hear that, chat. We must spam Andrew with complaints if he does not give Lewis a part. Yes, you do that. And when he says, why are you doing this? Did Lewis put you up to this? You got to say, well, yeah, sorry about that. He did. It was called Sun Search FM, Mr. Croxton, more than 20 years ago. That's the radio show that she was on. How could it be 20 years ago? You don't look old enough to be on 20 years ago. Personally, didn't like. Okay, now let's be nice. I like Leo a lot, and I like Nick Dixon a lot. Robert Gamble says yes. No, we're being nice. Let's be nice. We're not bullying. No, we're not. I can't believe I'm mentioning this. This is going in a wrong way. We got 61 people watching on a Monday night at 8 o'clock. That's so good. I had 2 great jobs. Choir trainer, yeah, and then they took that away from you, right? That wasn't nice of them. And teaching history, that's also a great job. I'd get the sack today for being unwoke, yeah. You got to be careful with what you say. People don't like this stuff. I did have a question. Did you get on with Carrie? Yeah, I've known Carrie a very long time. I got along really well with Carrie. So I mean, I know you're probably thinking, well, he came in to take my place, but Carrie is really great. And you know who else liked Carrie? My ex-girlfriend loved Carrie Marks, so I did like him. There's very few people that I don't like. I like people. Do I like people, Columbus? Have you ever seen me get into a fight with anybody, Columbus? He's not listening to me. They should have a Monday night with Lewis. Yeah, it wouldn't have been enough time, but yeah, they should have a Monday night. Would it kill him? Can they call me now? You've seen me on the show. You've seen me. When I'm on the show's much better. Maybe it shouldn't be entirely my show. Maybe it shouldn't be the Lewis Schaffer hour, because it'd be like this, or maybe that would work. Okay. Hi, Joy. Is Joy somebody new? Joy Earls comes in there. Hey, Joy. We're talking about what our favorite job is. You know what a great job is? A great job is where they pay you. How is Columbus, my favorite dog walker in the world? Stuart Hamilton. Do you know who he is, Columbus?
Yeah, he's Avril's husband.
There you go. How are you doing, Stuart? It's Stuart. How are you doing, Columbus? Tell Stuart how you doing. I want to thank Stuart. Thank you. Columbus goes up and helps out Stuart, who's a friend, who is a friend of a friend. They have a dog up there. Friend of a friend of my ex-wife, and also lovely, also lovely. So thank you, Stuart, and thank you for Scotland, and thank you for giving my son a place to go to occasionally. So he's not here all the time, though. When he's not here, I need him here. So maybe not all the time. So how are you doing? He asked a question, Columbus. You're writing it down.
He's asking.
Is he being stupid? Is he being Scottish stupid?
Yes.
Be sensible. Instead of replaying stuff after midnight, they should have given you the Lewis Midnight Hour. No holds barred. Let's write that down. The Lewis Midnight Hour. Lewis. Maybe it's planned. I don't know. Maybe they got a call. Maybe they got a call from Ofsted. Maybe they got a call from the BBC. Maybe they think we don't think this guy's nice. Maybe somebody else who I complained about me. But that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Ben and Jerry's ice cream is awful. Well, is it awful now? It's awful because it's so politically not right. Is that right? It's politically. My son is coughing, but he's all right. I'm old school. I remember Haagen-Dazs in America. People always think the Night Stalker. Yeah. Well, I'm not much of a stalker. That's my problem. I like to be stalked. I like, getting pictures sent to me in the middle of the night and think, holy cow, what do I do now? I agree with Slumber. It's too sweet. What is too sweet? Yeah, maybe you're right, because it was taken over. They sold it. Those left-wing people sold it to a right-wing. Haagen-Dazs is the best. Yeah, could be considered the best ice cream. It comes from the Bronx. And then they moved it to New Jersey, Haagen-Dazs, and then they sold it, But I can make a stalker picture if that's your kink. A stalker of you? I mean, like sending me something. Yeah, yes, send me stalker stuff. I don't care. That's why I get very few stalkers, because I really enjoy that. So Watanabe says, I like Lewis and Leo best. All the others were okay. Okay? Right on, definitely. Lewis at midnight. Yeah, that'd be nice. It would be nice, I think. Rachel, what happened to Scott Capurro? I think you asked that question again. I have grown to like Scott Capurro. I didn't like him in New York. He's very competitive. Not even in New York. But I don't know. They didn't ask him. What happened was, when we had the changes made in headliners, the guy who took over thought, I'm going to make it better. I'm going to decide who's funny and who is not funny. And, I'm refreshing. Thank you, Joy. I'm refreshing. Okay, so maybe he was traveling around the world. He's got a husband. He's a much better guy than you would think he is. Okay? Lewis. Oh, Leo Kurtz is writing. Lewis dropping truth bombs. Am I right about what I'm saying? I'm saying, why wasn't Scott Capurro still on the show? We don't know why. I think they decided he wasn't funny. But they thought it should be a real news program. And Scott was even less prepared than I was. Would you say that that's true? So round of applause for Leo Kurtz. I was saying nice things about you before I saw you there. Don't think that I'm sucking up to you. Scott wasn't funny. Scott is brilliantly funny, and he's balls out, and he's on the right side. So, except for the gay thing. Hey, Leo, miss you and Lewis on headliners. Yeah, I miss working with him tremendously. Yay, Leo. We got so many fans of Leo here. So many big fans. Big up Leo, as the teenagers say. Andrew Graham says, laugh out loud, Lewis Schaffer. I like to hear that too. Mr. Croxon says, get Nick Dixon in here. And we have the best three headliners. Yeah. The thing that made headliners good is that there was a structure where I don't know if we were constantly told we were supposed to be serious, but this is not headliners here. And when you do your show, Leo, you're not doing headliners. Okay, principals. GB News brought a smidgen of edgy internet humor to the TV, and the bosses decided it was better to die with the herd. We don't know that for a fact. Principled. We don't know that. We don't know what pressure they were on. You know, somebody's putting up 100 million pounds, and even in Britain, that's a lot of money. Leo, did you watch Dee Dee's rant on Three Speech Pod? That's Darius. Darius is a good guy, too. Chris Dobson is back. We got 60 viewers. Chris Dobson is back. Appreciate every single viewer. If you can do me a favor, can you subscribe, Chris? Let's get everybody subscribing to Lewis Schaffer's channel. Nick blocked me on X for standing up for you one night. Me. He's yeah, a lot of people do that. Look at Andrew. He blocks everybody. He's got an app to block everybody. Absolutely. Yeah, you can't. I mean, I don't block people because so few people are not nice to me. And then maybe they say one person, I'm not going to say his name. He said I wasn't funny. The show's not good or whatever he said. And I like to hear that. I want to know what's going on. I hope you will all be doing Comedy Unleashed in Leeds again. Hi Jenny, how are you? Yes, I hope so. Comedy Unleashed is amazing. In Leeds, it's amazing. So even if I'm not there, go down there. It was like just really good fun. I didn't watch it, but why has Darius gone rogue and started the One Speech podcast? The only person who can do a one person podcast is Lewis Schaffer. I think he's interesting enough. Maybe Leo blocked me, and have you been blocking people, Leo? Maybe Leo is not paying attention anymore. Were you ever told, headliners, what you should say, or was it mostly ad-libbed? I was not told what to say, but I was told I should I should present the stories, and I try to present them, and then I forget to present them. Lisa, who is Lisa? Where's Lisa? Where's Lisa? So I was not told that. We were not told that, but you know, we were sometimes told we can't talk about things that are in the news. That Ofcom says we can't reveal any information in some legal situation, right, Leo? Lewis, you're doing your. Can we make sure when we write your, like you're possessive, you are, you need two words and an exclamation point. Your is possessive. Your is Y-O-U apostrophe. Okay. Okay. You're doing a fantastic job on the one-man podcast. I don't know what this thing is. Is it a one-man podcast? It's just basically what is it? What did my friend say? He said some old guy talking shit. Lewis, I like Carrie Marks. Did you like him? Yes, I liked Carrie Marks. I liked him a lot. I've liked him for 20 years. There's not one person I did not like, but I liked me. I wanted me on the show every single day of the week. I wanted me on the show every single day of the week. I wanted Leo on the show. I wanted Nick on the show. I wanted the best people on the show every day of the week. GB News freed Lewis Schaffer from a dying medium. Luckily, he has radio, which is another dying. Just joking, yeah. You made it to the life raft, yeah. I mean, I was told to do this years earlier. Leo would say to me, you got to do something like this, because Leo is very industrious. He is very industrious. Grandma Police in the house. Yeah, who's Grandma Police? Caroline, hi from Edinburgh. Do you know Stuart Hamilton? He's in Edinburgh right now. Lewis, crazy that Headliners is gone. Enjoying your podcast. Thank you, Caroline. Have you subscribed? You can always subscribe. It's so important that you do, and like too. That little thing, because I need 1,000 to do anything on this podcast, and I need hours of people watching. I'm here and you are there. Mr. Croxton is making a joke. He's making a joke. That's a joke. Grandma Police. That's an image. Yeah, well, the BBC is a police state. Sorry for saying that. Kate Gwynn, he's made a joke. I am here and you are there. It's like the three wrong things you could say. If I am here would be HERE, and would be UR apostrophe RE, and then there would be THERE. Okay. Get Leo Curse on this podcast some evening. Yeah. I mean, yes, yes. I mean, I don't want to invite him down here to come sit in my house for an hour. Would he like that? I'd go anywhere. He asked me, I'd go anywhere he goes. I go all the way into London to be in his podcast. Explaining it, I can't stop laughing. You're stopping laughing. Thank you, Joodles. Did Columbus make the sign behind you? This sign? No, I bought this myself. I paid about £35. I paid about £35. It was too much. And I maybe need a battery or plug to plug in. Galactus, Leo Curse, your latest video of the white saviors traveling to Egypt border was effing hilarious. By the way, I can't stop thinking about PAL since I watched it. Yeah, we got to fight for England. We got to. I mean, I'm not saying we should be down on Palestine, but we shouldn't kill ourselves. Okay, yeah. Leo did the thing. He went to. Remember, you went to the to see the Prince Charles when he was Prince. I know D.D. Plecton, but live in the studio. Oh, you live in the studio. Carolyn, I now only watch the newspaper review on breakfast. Depends on who is on. Can be cringe, though. Yeah, well, there's so many bad news. I never read a headliner show. I never read it. I never wanted to. And how could you read the newspaper now? You can get all the information for free. They're all a bunch of liars, or they're Team World, or they don't represent this country. What are your thoughts about Normal? Henry Normal? Thank you, Stuart. But the answer is let's stick to them. What are we talking about now? We got Leo Curse in the house. I'm really honored by this. I used to like the way you flirted with that Irish woman who always went on about being a teacher. Well, we had two beautiful women. We had Cressida, who's taken, and we had and beautiful Aideen, who I've known also a long time. So it wasn't that hard to flirt with them. So Jonathan Pettit, hey, welcome back. X is the fastest place to get news now. Everyone else is just playing catch up. Exactly right. That was the question that we were asking ourselves last year, the year before. How about answering this question? Aideen, yeah, that's her name. She's beautiful. She's beautiful in person too, Beautiful. And so is Cressida. When Cressida smiles, it's unbelievable. But where do we get our news from? Do we get them from newspapers? No, we don't. They're all out of date. They're at least 6 to 12 hours out of date. No. She is not. Aideen scares me a bit. She scares me a bit. All women do. All women are scary. They're scary. We love Cressida. Do you know how scary? Why are women scary? Who's going to answer that question? Columbus, do you know why women are scary?
No.
Because they're beautiful and they can make you feel that small. They can squeeze you. I remember looking at your mother one day and I started.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not allowed to discuss his mother because it's cringy. It's cringy.
You're going for an hour.
Okay, don't say it. When is Cressida coming on the all-new Lewis Schaffer show? What do we have to do to get her on? Well, you can send her a message. You can go on Twitter and send her a message. I should send her a message. I should ask Cressida. You know what it is? Because I haven't asked anybody. Aideen. I've only had my friend Russ come on. Ask Leo. Ask Paul Cox. Ask Nick. Ask them all. Okay. What's your message to the average person in Tehran? You know what? You've had those people for 45 years. I'm not going to tell them to do anything, but the same message I say to British people. You have to fight for freedom. You have to fight to be not taken over by Islamic radicalists. You got to fight for your own country. Lewis stopped himself in time there. She was a boat dweller, Cressida. She was a boat dweller, yeah. And that is one of the hardest lifestyles you can live as being a boat dweller. If Cressida is coming on, I think you should change those curtains. Why? The curtains are clean. I washed them myself. I found them in the street by the rubbish thing. That's what Lewis Schaffer does. So if you girls, if you married me, everything I have is basura, trash, or whatever. Ian Johnson says, "Who remembers Diane Spencer from the early days of headliners?" I liked her too. I think. But it was the early days, and she got into a fight with somebody, and she lost that fight. You can guess who the person she lost the fight with. Not me. You can guess who. Those curtains are fine. Don't worry. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Caroline. See, Caroline is good. Okay? The message to those in Tehran is duck. No, we don't want to blow up Tehran in the same way we don't want to, Gaza was blown up. Okay? We don't want to. Let me just see. I missed a few. Evening, Lewis. Hey, Dave's 61. Are you 61? Were you born in 61? They can make you top. They can make you on top of the world and then buried underneath in 3 seconds. What does that mean? A bomb? A bomb? I skipped a lot of messages. I'm sorry.
You don't have to read every single one,
Why don't I have to? They took the time to write it, Columbus.
Yeah, they did, but you don't have to read all of them out loud because a lot of them are just just comments and not questions, for the chat. They're not important to read out loud.
They're not important. Yes, they are. They're people feeling involved in this.
But it's just like you're reading the questions one after the other
without having
the time to actually engage with them.
I know. The problem is if I don't engage, if I don't read them all, then I lose one. Like, for example, who's the hottest lady you could realistically get on this show or on Headliners? The hottest woman I can get on this show. I mean, what does it mean to be a hot woman? Some people don't like the hottest women. You think you think every woman is available to every woman, every man would have the hottest woman. No, it doesn't work that way. And what makes you're turning 50? You're 50, okay? So what does 61 stand for? That's over 60. Get Abby Roberts. Something happened with Abby. They just decided they didn't like Abby. I don't know why. Michelle Dewsbury is quite beautiful, is very beautiful, and her husband is a famous guy. Her husband is the guy who used on Crystal Palace. He's on Talk Sports. Hey, Lola, how are you doing? We got 66 people on here. Well, why does it say Dave's 61? Why didn't you change that? As an Irishman, it's not as much fun as it looks. All these armchair fighters who cheer the war on from both sides. I get it. Shit gets wild in real life, but it's never great. Yes. But can I propose war, why war is good? It's like 9/11, right? And they blew up the World Trade Center. And I grew up thinking, I was born in 1957. The World Trade Center they built in 1973. And I thought, that was some of the ugliest buildings in New York, ugly. And then when the building came down, it was like, I never asked that God would tear down the building because their people died. I never asked that. I thought we'd be stuck with it forever. I thought we'd be stuck with hearing about Iran forever. They kept on saying death to us. It's a horrible thing to say to Americans, to the Brits, to the Jews, to the Israelis, to the Christians. Horrible. Horrible. So it's kind of like a miracle that happened. You don't expect it. Abby Roberts was a mega critic of everything COVID and was too honest for GB News and Talk TV. Possibly it's true. I mean, maybe I was a mega critic, but I came maybe a year later. I mean, I just thought I think the whole thing is a scam, and I don't care. I'm going to just say it. If they want to take me off, worried about sounding gay, suggest he should eat some meat. Who worried about sounding gay? Me? A poll about Doob? No, you can't do a poll about her because she's good. What are we going to do? War is good. War is, you know what it is? It's like, what is the song? What are the pennies from heaven? It's like singing the song, "A little rain must fall." Am I in favor of war? No, but somebody, we had to shut that guy up. Yes, I'm proposing war and killing people. That's horrible to say. Yeah. Why are you against war, Stuart Hamilton? Okay. Shouldn't we be discussing global warming? That's also a big fat fraud. We need more warming, especially Scotland. It's way too cold up there. I was bombed up by the Hezbollah. True story. Yeah. They're bad. They're bad people for us. They're lovely people for themselves, but they're bad people for us. And bad people, sometimes you've got to smack them down. 2 polls about Doob. No, we're not going to do a poll about her. My dad wouldn't have anything to talk about if World War II hadn't happened. He is a real-life Uncle Albert. Yeah, my dad was in World War II as well, and he got shot twice. He got shot once in the finger. And he said he got shot in the bum, and he ended up in the hospital. He was in France. I'm not saying my dad was a hero. I don't know. You can't believe it. But he never talked about it, my father. Never mentioned it at all. You know, hi, Lewis. And also, sorry, I'm late again. That's all right. You know who's not here? Lucy's not here. Spray Starch. Hey, Spray Starch. Are you ever going to be on GB News? I hope so. I hope I should be on GB News. Thank you for asking this. Spray Starch, you're new. Where are you from, Spray Starch? Do you know where you're from, Spray Starch? Tell us where you're from, how old you are. Are you fat? We haven't talked about people being fat. Do you think you're more inclined to believe something simply on the basis that it is a conspiracy, anti-establishment type belief? Probably slightly more than if some Harvard-educated PhD doctor said it. You went to Harvard, I don't believe you. Okay? But the answer is, right now, if you tell me something, here's a conspiracy, I will listen to you. I won't go, oh, it's a conspiracy, I'm not going to listen to you. Right? You're from Manchester. It's not a dump, Manchester. I was in Manchester the other day. It is not a dump. It's a real city. It's becoming a dump, but it's not a dump quite yet. Do you have wild dreams? We can talk about that later. My wild dream, you couldn't even begin to dream that the World Trade Center, the 2 tall buildings, would never be there. I've never met Farage. I ignored him because he's a bit scary to me. He's a powerful guy. Hey, Ian, says Judels. That's a good question about whatchamacallit, about conspiracy theories. I don't have any conspiracy theories because everything that I believe in is not a theory. It's true. And so it's not a conspiracy. I hope you're having a good night, Lewis. I am. We're at 71 viewers. That's so nice of all of you. Give yourselves a round of applause. Stop asking questions, Stuart. Tell us about my son. That's what I like to hear about. Is that he's nice to hang out with. Is it me, or is the sound really low? Is the sound low, everybody? Joodles, is the sound low?
It's a bit low. You need to
how about that?
The microphone closer to you and put it up.
Is that better? If you can't hear it, people, say.
Careful, don't do it immediately, because then it.
Is it too loud now? Is it too? Okay.
Ears.
Is that better now? It's a little low. Is it better now? Can you hear me now? The sound is good now. I made it louder. Thank you. Thank you, Andrew Graham, Kate, Lola. What a great name, Lola Twinkle. I don't know if that's your real name. What question are you asking, Stuart? Remember one thing, Stuart. I am English now. I'm not Scottish. So I can't take this. I probably could take it. I was just being polite for the last hour. Says Mark Gamble. Someone give Columbus a full dictatorial control for 2 months and Lewis will be golden. Yeah. I want him to do that, but he doesn't want to do it.
Listen to my advice.
I do listen. I take your advice. I try to listen. I don't remember it because I'm 68 years old. Okay? Remember little acorns, Lewis. You will succeed in this new venture. Yeah. Well, yeah, we got 68 people. That's a lot of people. Jenny, 107. What does that mean? You were born in 107. Hugh. Okay, better sound on a smartphone. Yeah. Are you watching on a smartphone? You don't look a day over 67. Boo to you. Boo to you. I spend all day making films with young people, and it's really... Miss Hitch so much. Who is Hitch? Who is Hitch? Oh, Hitch. Oh, yes. Yes, he's also great. We've lost a lot of great people on the show. There's been a lot of pressure by the British police state. We lost Peter Hitchens. We lost what's his name? The Coast guy. My friend Mark Dolan. Love that guy.
Mark's nice. He'd always say hello to me and have a chat.
Yes, he was really, really nice. And then Mark Stein. Did you like Mark Stein? He has had 2 heart attacks. I could have helped him. You need Columbus to fix your career. He's amazing. Yes, that's nice of you to say that. He is amazing. He could fix my career. But he's still too young, and he's a bit embarrassed by his father. I usually put Christie's on now, but I'm staying right here. This is special. I like Patrick Christie. Totally agree. Buy Columbus a dog, please. You want a dog, Columbus?
Sorry?
Do you want a dog?
No, they want me to take the dog away from them, but no. They're gonna have to put it down themselves and then feel guilty. They can't just pile it off on me.
What do you mean? Is the dog about to die?
No, like Stuart's dog. Well, Stuart and Avril's dog in Scotland.
Well, what do you mean put it down? He's suggesting...
They want...
Chris Boland, you want to put the dog down because you don't have room for it anymore. I mean, I eat animals. I don't dye my hair gray. I used to dye it black. I eat animals, but I don't think you should put down your dog. That's why I won't have a dog. You got to find somebody else who's going to love your dog. Peter Hitchens is no great loss. They got rid of Rob Liddell. Yeah, people liked him. I don't remember who he is. One day Columbus will wish you could embarrass him again. These things are fleeting. Yeah.
It's not that fleeting. This is constant.
It's constant. It's constant. Remember, his mother said...
It's much worse when he's not talking to other people. He's abusing me.
When I'm just talking to Columbus, it's all abuse. Do I abuse your brother?
You're nicer to him because he's...
Don't say anything. Don't say. Lewis for Eurovision. Yes, you're Lewis. Stuart's going to do a Rupert Lowe. What does a Rupert Lowe get kicked out of the chat? What happened to Rupert Lowe? They turned on him.
He abused Zaya Yusuf allegedly.
Allegedly, I don't believe it.
And then there was those bullying allegations allegedly.
What is bullying anyway? I don't believe in any of that stuff. Chris Boland, welcome back. Thank you for coming. Jonathan Pettit is here, and Spray Starch. Can you do me a favor? Can you subscribe to this business? If you subscribe, it's so important. We're gonna have new people on the show. Let's spend a couple minutes on, is Stuart fat, Columbus?
No, he's thin, but he's balding and he's
Does he eat a lot of carbs?
And he was an alcoholic, but he stopped that recently.
Don't say he's an alcoholic. You remember both your grandfathers, my grandfathers were your great grandfathers were alcoholics, and they say Jews don't drink. They were alcoholics. Like, subscribe, and chat with us. Yeah, I should put that in there. That's what I should put in. This is amazing. Thank you, Joodles. Wes Ha, welcome back. That makes so much sense. What makes so much sense? Wes Ha. Thank you, Andrew Graham. What did Andrew Graham say about you? Columbus sounds very posh. He does sound very posh. And does his brother sound posh? They went to worst schools in all of Britain. They went to Peckham High School.
That's not true.
Peckham Academy.
No, we didn't go to Peckham Academy.
Where did you go to school?
Harris Boys Academy.
Yeah, which is in Peckham.
It's East Dulwich.
It's in Peckham. It's Peckham. They're only...
East Dulwich. No, there's a Peckham Academy itself.
Get Leo on. I loved your car podcast when you were returning from a gig somewhere. Yeah, I remember doing that. I don't remember what I said. The alcoholics part is funny. I always say this to British people because a lot of us are alcoholics. Did I just say us? A lot of British people are alcoholics, and we eat a lot of carbs. You got to pick one. You can smoke cigarettes, but you can't have carbs. You can have carbs, but you can't drink. And you got to try to get rid of the carbs. And that's what we've got to do. Peckham spring water. Yeah, that's what the guy was trying to sell. And we don't... This is not called Peckham where we are.
You get cholera from it.
You don't get cholera. There's no such thing as... You get food poisoning. I don't believe in cholera, Columbus. Thank you. Ian says Lewis Schaffer for Eurovision. I appreciate that. So, yay to Columbus. But, so, if you're there... Who's fat? Are you fat, people? Are you fat? Am I fat? I feel a bit fat. I mean, this... But still, I got a chin. I've gained a bit of weight. Lewis, cholera exists. No, it does not exist. Cholera does not exist. What exists is food poisoning. If you're sitting there eating rotten, putrid water, you're going to get amoebas. You're going to get E. coli and all this other stuff in there. I don't believe in cholera. I don't believe in one little disease, whatever that cholera germ, with one little speck gets into your bloodstream and then multiplies. I don't believe that. My wife...
Do you think you're riddled with worms from your diet? Like, there's a good chance you're just riddled with worms.
Well, wouldn't it come out in one way or the other if I was riddled with worm? Wouldn't I have...
If it would.
Wouldn't I have diarrhea?
It's not like a certain type of worm that like ends up coming out.
No, you get diarrhea. You get diarrhea if you have worms.
I don't know, like
yeah, you get diarrhea. Maybe I'd throw up. Maybe my stomach would rumble. Maybe my skin would get bad. Yeah, the third leg destroys BMI. Is that what you're saying? I've got a really big. My wife witnessed a machete attack in Chelsea last week. Dave's 51, who was born in 19, is 50 years old. The answer to that point is that's horrible. That's horrible. Laughing Saturn, I'm fat. I started cutting carbs yesterday. You inspired me, Lewis. Let's inspire Laughing Saturn. Thank you very much for doing that. You're inspiring me. No more carbs. I'm eating too many carbs. Thank you very much. I had too much carbs. We can't eat carbs. I'm questioning my years teaching microbiology now. What the hell was I looking at down a microscope all that time? You were looking at maybe a cholera thing, but it didn't cause cholera. What caused, when you see bacteria or whatever they call viruses, whatever, they are little things. But one or two little things is not going to cause a disease. You get sick because it's called the terrain. It's not the germs, it's the terrain. So I know you're well educated in microbiology. Cholera does not exist. Yes, it does not exist. Food poisoning exists. Oh, Columbus's accent earns interest. Right. He did well. He's got a good accent, and he's grown up here. He's better than my accent? Yes, he's better. He's got a proper English accent.
Well, I could basically just cook my own accent because,
Yeah.
Dad, you're American, and Mum's Scottish, so it's like...
So
you can't have either of those in London, otherwise you sound stupid, so...
Well, you could have had a Scottish accent, and you would have...
in London, you sound...
Not in Lux. So do my kids... Do you eat a low-carb diet, Columbus?
No.
No, he doesn't because he's rebellious. He's not my favorite son. This one, my other one is. What does the other son? I don't say his name, but does the other son? Does the other son ever?
What?
Does he eat low carb?
No, he just has crazy metabolism and runs around all the time.
The other one it runs around all the time. He's young and healthy. He's young and healthy. But I was very thin back then, and then I got fat. So, don't think just because you're thin at 22, you're not going to be fat. You'll have a belly. We've got to work extra hard. Ian, I'm so jealous. What are you jealous of, Ian? Ian is eating a Walted Whip. What is that? Is that a candy bar of some kind? Double dipped ice cream. Never stop doing these, Lewis. Thank you very much. Thank you, Joodles. Different bacteria can cause disease in different numbers based on the strains and the mechanisms by which they make you unwell. Anthrax was identified by killing mice with single cells. Some single cells are more dangerous than others, but they're not. Is anthrax a bacteria or is it a virus? And anyway, you don't have to listen to me. I'm just telling you what I think. I don't care about germs anymore. I go into the Peckham Rye Park. I pick up rubbish, dirty rubbish with my bare hands. I'm not saying it's good to do that, but too clean a life is also bad. I don't believe in bacteria. I think we need to live a healthy life. Anthrax is a rock band. Yes, I saw that movie. Very true. Ian, that is true. They didn't know where their next meal was coming from, so we are all still programmed for that. Sorry. Yeah, but that's not it. No, the truth is that if you're unhealthy, you eat a lot of germs, whatever you call a germ, which is bullshit, you can get sick. You can get sick if you inject Philadelphia cream cheese. Okay? Cholera doesn't exist, says Paul Morris. I was in M&S today, and a store detective was chasing a female thief, screaming, "Collar her, collar her." There you go. How dare you say that about Columbus? What did I say about Columbus? Okay. What made you come to England to live? I thought I thought I'd be here for 2 years. And then I had my ex-wife didn't love me and she didn't follow me around. I'm sure my next wife would love me and follow me to wherever I'm living. If Lewis was in Project Quantum Leap, what event would you go back and change? I don't believe in quantum leaps. I don't believe that. I don't even know what that is. But I don't believe in anything like, I don't believe in quantum mechanics or anything like that. Does it have to be in Stab City, Mr. Crow? Okay. All right, let's see what else is going on. One day, I hope soon, Lewis will only refer to the poor chat as a display of kindness. Well, I feel like you're being kind to me. It feels like you're being kind. Doesn't it feel like they're being kind? It's not. It's nice that you're talking to me in the chat. I mean, I know you're getting something from it too, I hope, but, I'm not saying you're doing it as a favor to me. But, it is nice. Anthrax. Who saw that movie? That's the movie, right? Anthrax. About a guy who, never succeeded and never made it successful. And now he's I guess they're sort of famous, Anthrax. Do you know what band I'm talking about, Columbus?
No.
It's this, it was a documentary about a band that played with had a few major gigs, and so everybody knew them, but they never made it. It's like me. I'm like Anthrax. Everybody knows me. What do you know me? Of course you're going to know me. I'm so irritating. Let's see. One day I hope soon, Louis. Okay. So Jared says, what about the black holes? Do you believe in them? No, I do not believe in black holes. That's another lie. I don't believe in black holes. I don't believe in how the Earth got started out of nothingness. I don't believe in any of that stuff. I don't believe in physicists. You say you're a physicist, I will laugh at you. I believe in Velikovsky, exactly. Velikovsky, V-E-L.
Open up Velikovsky on Google and show us who he actually is.
How do I do that? Let me see how I do.
You know how to do it. You know how to do it.
Okay, let's see. I'll have to open it here.
Yeah.
I've got a new keyboard that Columbus gave me. It was really nice of him. Velikovsky. Okay. Velikovsky. Okay, here's what Wikipedia says. Let's watch as they trash Wikipedia. Hold on a second. Hold on. Full screen. Window. Do I look... Hold on a second. Window capture. How come it's not up here?
Yeah, and now press the cog on window capture.
There is no cog. It just says... How do I do... Oh, window... Oh, that's right. That's right, sorry. The cog. Well, where is it here?
Properties or something.
Match priority. Capture audio? No?
No.
Hold on a second, everybody. We're just doing this.
How many times have I shown you this?
I like you, Croxton, but I'm not going to listen to a single thing you say. If you say you're a physicist. Croxton says he's a physicist. Properties for window capture. Match titles. Do it.
Give me the mouse.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. There it is. Okay, brilliant. Okay, can everybody see this thing here? I mean, I'm having a hard time seeing this.
They can.
Can they see it?
Yeah.
I can't read it. It's way too small for me. Maybe I should go get my eyeglasses. I don't believe in eyeglasses.
Go to Google. Go to Google.
Go to Google and pull it up on Google?
Yeah, because you
okay.
I can't.
So I can't see what anybody is writing right now, okay? You said you would laugh if we said we were a physicist, you plum. Okay. So he's a Russian, he was a Jewish psychologist, writer, catastrophist, author of several books offering pseudo-historical interpretations of ancient history. It's an insult. It's pseudo. We don't believe in you. Okay? I don't believe in black holes even after having met Scarlett McGuire on GB News. Did I meet her? I thought I liked her. Anyway, his books are comparative mythology and ancient literary sources. Basically, he is the best. Where is the book? Did you give me that book? Did you give me the book? I think there's...
What book are you looking for?
The World in Amnesia, and then there's another one, World in Catastrophe. That's just one book. This is not the best book. But the guy wrote books. He wrote books. Can you see this, everybody? And is there another book down there too? Columbus.
Yeah, I'm not handing you all 50 of these.
Just
books.
hand me one there. Let me go. I'm gonna go pull up. Is it there? No, that's Andrew's book. It's a semi-soft copy. Yeah, it's a semi-soft copy book. It's one of these things there. There it is. Maybe in there. No, that's the Copernicus book. Don't go anywhere. No, where is it? I'm gonna have to. There it is on top. On top. Pregnancy for men. There you go. Yeah, here's the book. Can you see the book? Can you see it? Let me just get this thing here. Can you see the book? Worlds in Collision. And he didn't even put the most important thing, which I forgot what the most important thing is. He didn't put the most important thing in this book. Okay. And I don't believe in spectacles, Lewis. I don't. So when I say I'm going to go get glasses, they can help, but you should train yourself not to see. It's very small print here. Okay. Are we all keeping on? Yeah, we're here. We're not going anywhere. I'm loving these new longer formats, by the way. An hour seems a little rushed, apart from the outros, laugh out loud. Okay, this is more entertaining than Channel 5 tonight. I hope it is, because you can have an argument with the TV set, which is me. You can say to me, Lewis, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Why is this here? This is wrong. How is this working? I'm not doing something right here. It's okay. I'm loving these. Definitely more entertaining. Thank you very much. This is chat box. Press equals, right. How many times have you told me that, Columbus? It's only doing half the thing because I've got the other half on the bottom. Oh, maybe. Oh, I see what I got to do. Full screen.
But you can bring up the chat box and then that's fine.
Here's the thing. I've got the equals. How do I get this thing? Columbus, show Lewis how to display the QR code for his Venmo, etc. in lieu of monetization. Well, I don't have Venmo. I've got PayPal.
I'm gonna do that eventually.
He's going to do that eventually, but thank you. That is really nice of you doing this. Worth a BBC payment. Yeah, I appreciate it. You don't have to do that. I'm embarrassed asking for money. But so what Velikovsky was saying, what was Velikovsky saying? Velikovsky is saying, it was the historical thing. He was saying, why are there 360-degree calendars around the world? And then all of a sudden, people are going to 365-day calendars. Why? He comes up with an answer, and the answer makes sense. And the more you read it, you just think he's probably not right entirely, because this was written about 80 years ago. But you could put an advert in for your merch, then make some more merch, which is what I've got to do. I've got to also make merch, and I've got to make sure my website. What I need is a woman who's going to do all of this. A woman. It isn't begging. People support good content. Well, I'm at Lewis Schaffer, PR@gmail.com. If you can pull that up, you can send me money to whatchamacallit, to PayPal, right? Is that the best way to do it? Get a stock ticker in the background, and we could take on Bloomberg too. Yeah, I don't believe in Bloomberg. Well, Bloomberg is he became the mayor of New York. Giuliani cleaned up New York City.
Dad, what do you think about the New York City mayoral race?
Well, I had a long chat with Doug, who thinks the guy's a communist, like a full-on communist.
Mamdani guy.
Mamdani, yeah.
Do you think does Doug think he's going to win?
That's another question. Remember, they let a lot of bad people into the country. New Yorkers are very left, but I think eventually people are getting a bit fed up with leftism in New York. The people that I speak to are fed up with the left, as we all should be fed up with the left. I mean, not that they're not bad. Not that they're bad people, they're nice people. Columbus types really fast. He types very fast. That's what he does all day. He's not getting laid. Sorry, Columbus. So he's typing. Do you believe in objective reality? What do you mean by that? What is your objective reality? And the answer is maybe. You don't know. All I know is I believe in I think that the people who say, "Oh, I believe in objective reality," tend to be lying. Broken window policy worked in New York, yeah. As just like us bombing the hell out of Iran may work in Iran. We may make them friends again. Maybe. Did you manufacture pens by any chance? No. There's also Schaffer beers. It's an old. The name Schaffer is half Jewish and half not Jewish. It means it could be manufacturer, Schaffer. It could be pronounced Schaffer, basically. Okay. How do I get this? How do I get the who knows how many people are? I pressed the wrong button.
70 people.
70 people. That's quite amazing, Columbus.
All this information is very visible.
It's not. Come look here. I don't see it on top of my screen, and I don't know why.
You need to open up the YouTube stream just so you can have it.
No, but
then pause. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you should maybe figure out.
Why do I have to figure it out? You're the one streaming. How about you watch some YouTube videos about this?
I should, yeah. You know what? That's actually true. But I'm pressing a button and I don't see something. Click the thumbs up button below Lewis's name. Where is Lewis's name? Yes, everybody do that. Oh, here. The like. What is the like? Open performance window? I haven't even checked that button yet. Open your notifications window? Don't do that? This here?
You'll break something. Just don't.
I know I'm going to break something. Okay. So that's it. What about a line of men's beard trimmers called Lewis's Shavers? Well, I'm against shaving, actually. And I know what you're saying, Lewis Schaffer. I shave because I wear tape on my mouth. Your vernacular is spectacular. What does that... Oh, who are you saying this to? Young, attractive lads like me, Columbus Schaffer, can't be doing with getting laid, Lewis. The golden days of multiple hookups are over since the jibber jabber. Find an unjabbed girl and marry her. Do you want to know something? I agree with you. Find a girl who's unjabbed.
What the fuck does that mean? This Galactus guy is actually mentally cooked. Like,
why is that mentally cooked? I agree with him. Why is he mentally cooked? You're going to have to defend yourself, Galactus. Basically. How old is Galactus?
He talks like he's 60 or something, 70 maybe.
I have to keep records of everybody because I don't remember everybody. I wish I did. Someone's laughing. Jules is laughing at you, Columbus. She thinks what you're saying is funny. Columbus XD. What does that mean? That's a symbol.
It's a laugh.
It's a laugh. Okay. Mentally cooked. The truth is it wasn't the virus. It wasn't the vaccine, but they called it a vaccine. So they're liars. Okay. Is that too strong when I say it? Laugh out loud. I'm trying to set up my PayPal on my new phone to pay him. Columbus, as a father, you are a hero. Yes, he is a hero. And I say the worst things. If I thought it hurt his feelings, I'd probably still say it. But I wouldn't say it as often. Or maybe I'd feel bad about it. I don't want him to be fat, my son Columbus. I don't want... What did you have for dinner tonight? You had a sandwich thing from Tesco's or wherever. You got it at Co-op. I don't want you to be fat. I don't want anybody to be fat.
It's good. It's cheap. £3.50 for a meal deal.
Yeah, because you're getting diabetes and you're going to save them money because you're going to die when you're old. I don't want you to die.
You're going to get some minor illness, refuse treatment, and then die.
Principled Uncertainty says that Columbus and me will be bigger than Joe Rogan in 2027. Sorry, Columbus. You're going to be big.
I don't want to.
You don't want to be big. Neither do I. I don't want to be big. This is about how many people are watching. I can't tell. Can you tell?
Yeah, there's 67. Just
67. That's amazing. 67. Oh, look at that. Sergeant Milko. Who is Sergeant Milko? Where are you from, Sergeant Milko? There you go. Little Columbus. He's not that little. He's fat. He's not that fat. He looks all right. He doesn't look amazing, but he looks all right. You look all right. He's not like me because I liked girls at his age. I was bad. Warwickshire. I love Warwickshire. I've been in Warwickshire. I've been in Leamington Spa, and I was born in Warsaw. Go Google Lewis Schaffer on Twitter, Warsaw. Pull that up, Columbus. Did I say that to him? Yeah, that's what Joe Rogan does. The problem is Columbus has, because he's my son, he has a bit more personality than someone I could just pay him money to do it. I should probably hire somebody and treat them better than a son. And then when he dies, I'll leave him all of my money because he was helping me out where my son had an attitude. Sorry.
All your dads, maybe. By the time it trickles down, there'll be nothing.
There'll be nothing. Yeah, that is true. Well, Lewis Schaffer bankrupt in 2 continents. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, 69. Who's 69? 69 people. These are really good people for that. Perhaps you could do review. How do you review a meal deal? They're all bad for you. They're layers of bread with some other kind of carb thing, with a juicy carb drink. It's all carbs. It's bad. Did we ever find out what Velikovsky says, or do we have to tune in tomorrow? Yeah, we got to find out what Velikovsky said, because he saved the crazy bit, right? I think this is what Velikovsky did not include. He included a great big book. Where is this amazing book called The Worlds in Collision? I bought this. This is not 80 years old. I think this was written in the this was printed in the 1960s, whatever. And one of his theories was Saturn was We were like fixed to Saturn the way the Earth is, the way the moon is fixed to the Earth. You know
See how fucking stupid you sound. Like, it's so fucking stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at this, Carnegie Schaffer. You've got the same last name that I have. You've got the same last name. That's really interesting. Are you? What kind of Schaffer are you? Okay. Welcome, Carnegie Schaffer. Where are you from, and how much do you weigh? Are you fat? You're a Jewish one. All right, there you go. That's the good team. Okay. Are you English, Carnegie? Do you live here in England, or you live in America? But do you see Stuart? Stuart is here. Stuart is here. Aye, Carnegie. Well, he also has a Scottish name. Great names. Carnegie Schaffer. Kinsey in Scotland. He's half American, half Scottish. That's my other son. That's the son who's, I tell him he's my favorite son, but he's not really my favorite son. He is my favorite son. I live in Iran at the moment. Yeah, you're being provocative. You're being provocative. How come you on so late today? Because I was filming today. I was filming a movie with a famous, and I'll tell you who it is at some point in the future. You probably won't think, that guy's not that famous. But he was famous for me. Somewhere between Lewis and his modern education and Lewis' Mad Hatter philosophy lies the truth. Yeah, maybe. Maybe I have been wrong about certain things. But if you ask me, what I believe in, I believe in Velikovsky pretty much. He said that the Earth was once that the Earth was once attached to Saturn. What does MIGA mean? That means make the Ingleterres great again. Go Iran. Yeah. Does he really believe that? Does Stuart really believe that? Go Iran. Don't laugh. What are you laughing at, Carnegie? Anyway, so I was just telling the people about Velikovsky and what he said. He said basically if you can picture the Earth, right? And underneath the Earth was underneath Saturn was the Earth, and wherever Saturn went, the Earth was attached. And we were like, there was a whole ball of purple light right here, okay, in Iran. I wouldn't trust Iran. Anyway, Iran. And what happened is there's the sky is filled with electrical filaments, these waves of electricity causing what do they have in the North Pole? What do they call that? I've been talking too much, I think. Talking too much. And so what happened is a huge ball of electricity came into into Jupiter or Saturn, and out of Saturn exploded a comet. And by exploding a comet, it changed the electricity, the cathodeness and anodeness of Saturn, and it went off into space. And that electricity was taken away from Jupiter and went into the... I'm not explaining this. I'm explaining this really badly.
Because there's nothing to explain. You can't explain something that's crazy.
It is crazy, but it's not... when you read it, you don't think it's crazy. It's not crazy. Carnegie, do you think it's crazy? Do you think your father's crazy? Am I waffling? Carnegie? I'm not so happy I'm having both my children online. Especially Carnegie, because he's a lovely child. Columbus can handle this kind of horribleness. You are my son, who's 22 years old. Dad, talk about your diet. You hardly ever do that. He's funny. My son is funny. What happened to those girls? I shouldn't be talking about this. I hardly talk about this because did you enjoy the party we went to on Saturday night? You seemed like you were having a really great time. Physics lecture now. Yeah. I mean, it's better to be 100% right and not know everything than 95% wrong and spend all your life in school. Okay? Reviewing meals deals doesn't sound that crazy. Yeah, there are a couple of people people ask me, what do I watch on the TV? What do I watch on the YouTube videos? I watch them going to like prisons. The guy goes to prisons and seeing, are those prison foods good? Is Norway prison food better than Colombian prison food? Yeah, I like that. Are there any other Schaffers that want to join the show? My sister wouldn't agree with me. I don't speak to her. I don't know. She doesn't know that I'm doing this. This is your best show ever, Joodles. Do you think so? You think so? I mean, I like that you say that. I like that you say that about you. Yeah, you got really drunk. Don't get too drunk, don't get too drunk. Then you'll do something that you don't want to do. Don't do that. I like it that you don't, and it makes your mother really upset. Not that I believe you can be genetically predisposed to it. Don't do it. They distract from the increasingly fine tuning problem. What is that? You need to watch Tony LC Signs. Oh, that guy is really funny. Tony LC Premium says, thank you very much. They invented the multiverse exactly to distract from the increasingly fine-tuning problem. When I realized this, I was ostracized from the worst collective of atheists ever. No idea what that implies. Updates? What do you mean by that? I know what you mean. First of all, the multiverse is a big fat lie. You know, and then, you know, black hole's a big fat lie. What's the Earth? Big Bang is a big lie. And then if you say to them, you know, you're wrong, they say, well, we might be wrong, but we're less wrong than somebody else. This is how they get out of it. Horrible, horrible people. Carnegie, tell us about Dexter. Yeah. Oh, Stewart wants to get in there. Uncertainty, was it atheism? Atheism plus. The truth is about the Big Bang Theory, it's actually about believing in God. It's saying there was nothing and then it just exploded. It just leaves out God. You know? Whereas before they said we believe in God. God started with nothing and then there was something. And it was God who did it. Team Multiverse. No, we're not. We're Team Britain. We're Team Jews. We're Team America. We're on the same team. We're fighting. I'm going down. Okay, thank you, beautiful boy. Everyone enjoy the show. Laughing my arse off. Well, thank you very much, Carnegie.
Remind people to subscribe.
Remind people to subscribe. If you sign off, subscribe. I don't know how many people have subscribed. Whether we have it only has those two people have subscribed. Oh no, Jenny subscribed. Thank you, Jenny. Simon had 2002 subscribed. Oh, it's really nice. That was really nice. I don't know how to get this down.
Someone asked, what do you feel about Calvinism?
Well, I like, he went off to America to preach there, Calvin. And so I made a joke. That was a joke. Did Carnegie like and subscribe before he signed out? Probably. Wow, we're almost at 800. That's so good, Kinsey. Wow, that's really good. What about Calvinism? I don't even know Calvinism. I don't know it. But we have to believe something. We don't have to believe something. But to actually think there's nothing, if you believe in nothing, you're believing in something that's nothing. Okay? So I have a life. Haha. Carnegie has a life. I love you, Carnegie. Thank you very much for coming in. Okay? And sorry for coming in. Don't sorry for coming in. I love Carnegie. Everybody give Carnegie a big round of applause for coming in. That's a surprise to see. It's nice. It's the nicest thing, Columbus. You and Carnegie have a very good relationship.
Yeah.
That is really nice. That is really nice. Not and unusual, I think. Is it unusual?
No. I guess it's usual for people to have siblings have bad relationships when they're younger, but it's like when you get older,
You have a good relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's good. Well, what's his name? Steve Scanlon's kids, Peter and the other ones, Toby, and they have a good relationship, I think.
Just drop names like that. Like, that's a full,
Is that wrong to
first
say?
Name and surname of some
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Don't mention that. 70 viewers. How amazing is this? 70 viewers.
Okay.
70
You
viewers.
said you're ending stream, so.
No, it
everyone
didn't say
goodbye.
that. Did I say that? I didn't say it. We'll go on for. We'll end for 5. We're 70. It's gone up. Haig's. My mom is a Tribble. What is a Tribble? Is that a place in where you're from? Mr. Croxton Schaffer. So I think what are the things that we're focusing on? We're focusing on us losing weight. So we've had a few people, don't end yet. We've had a few people who've said that they're on a low carb diet to lose weight. That's how we lose weight. We have an app. We write down everything on the app. We try to move away from white starches, okay? And we try to eat red meat. I know you'd like to be a vegetarian keto person, but I think it's really hard to do that. And I think it's really bad because all the nuts, which we think are like painless, they have oxalates and lectins. They're very bad. I used to eat so much of that stuff. It's really bad. Everyone, no matter their politics, is desperate for meaning, knowing people. We will all rush towards some SI armed panda who allegedly talks Spanish. I don't understand that either. I don't understand that. Maybe principled uncertainty is a bit too smart for us. Okay, smart for me. What does it explain, that principled uncertainty? Did you ever eat boxes of chocolate? Your friend said. Of course I didn't. Do you think I would ever do that? Eat a box of chocolate of my friends? All right, I ate the chocolate. I do. I'm not as addictive an eater. Am I an addictive eater, Columbus, like I used to be? No, I'm not. Lud says, I am dyslexic, agnostic, hypochondriac. This means I lie awake at night wondering if there's a dog. That's funny. If there's a dog. Very good. That's a good joke. Okay. I thought it was a cool idea, but actually it cannot change it for 14 days. Cops. What does that mean? Oh, you mean like your diet? No, it's going to take a lot of time. You get the app. You might want to go on Facebook and follow people. I'm going to have to say goodbye, Columbus, because now I'm getting dizzy from all the reading and something. I've lost weight. My new dentures really helped me cut down on snacks. I can still eat steak, though. If you can still eat steak with dentures, you're doing great. Okay? Nuts, whole hazelnuts, ooh. Is that ooh really good, Caroline? Because I love hazelnuts. I love all nuts. Did I not love all nuts, Columbus? Yes, I did. Okay? So I guess that's our show. Is that enough? We've been on the air for 2 hours. Is that too long?
No, I mean, again, streamers will stream for hours and hours and hours. You know, it's just I would prefer you streamed in a different room that
because it affects you and your play.
It negatively affects.
But you're not worried about the length of time this is. Wow, no, 2 hours.
No, the longer you stream, the better, because that means more people watching, and so it should be more donations, whatever, and advertising.
More donations, my son says.
When it's enabled,
When it's enabled.
Not that that's of course the point. But.
Right. And it's more people enjoying it. It's more people I'm enjoying it. It's like, why do it's like I had a girlfriend once, and I remember telling her, I love you, I love you, I love you. And she was totally turned off by it. But tough. You want to say I love you, and I love you is my audience. So I'm going to say goodbye. Make sure before you do it, Jackie subscribed. Thank you for following me, for subscribing to me. Thank you for liking me. Thank you for listening. I'll see you tomorrow. What time tomorrow, Columbus? What time? Before we go, what time should we be on the air tomorrow?
That's your standard time. 5.
Is 5 the standard time?
Stick to the standard time.
We're going to beat at 5. Love you, Lewis, says Jonathan. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Is 5 o'clock good? Really? I'll see you at 5. We'll go from 5. Cheerio. I love Cheerios too. Peace out. Everybody say goodbye. Say goodbye. What do? Window capture.
Bottom
No.
right. End stream.
End stream.
No, not window capture.
Okay, I don't want to say goodbye. These people are still speaking. All right.